Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 26th November 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. First, let us find the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames, starting from half-yearly time frame. Stocks near half-yearly demand zone. We don't have any stocks. Next, half-yearly time frame. Stocks near half-yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered. I'm giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. So that is the reason why I request you pause the video, study the report, and after that you can proceed further. If you don't understand how to study the report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. In that video, I explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near quarterly demand zone. Two stocks are filtered. Next quarterly time frame. Stocks near quarterly supply zone. Three stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. Five stocks are filtered. Next monthly time frame. Stocks near monthly supply zone. Four stocks are filtered. Next monthly time frame. Stocks closed inside the monthly demand zone. And these monthly demand zones should not be pierced. So at monthly time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means monthly demand zones are not pierced. Let's filter. Currently 15 stocks are filtered where price closed inside the monthly demand zone. And in this 15 monthly demand zone, how many monthly demand zones are having? Monthly EMA Confluence. Let's identify. In the EMA Confluence, monthly time frame, monthly demand zone having monthly EMA Confluence. And EMA, you know that EMA Confluence does not applicable in sideways trend. That's why in trend, in zone violation trend, monthly time frame, I am selecting the trend as either up or down. Let's verify. We got these 10 stocks where price closed inside the monthly demand zone and monthly trend is up and also having monthly EMA Confluence. All these zones. Okay, next for monthly time frame, price closed inside monthly supply zone. And these monthly supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, monthly time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With this filter, we got 6 stocks. Currently price closed in these 6 monthly supply zones. In these 6, how many are having monthly EMA Confluence, the supply zones? In the EMA Confluence, monthly time frame, monthly supply zones having monthly EMA Confluence. And this should not be in sideways trend. That's why in the zone trend, monthly time frame, zone violation trend, monthly time frame, selecting up or down. We don't have any monthly supply zones are having EMA Confluence with up or down trend. Okay, next time frame is weekly. Stocks near weekly demand zone. 9 stocks are filtered. Next weekly time frame. Stocks near weekly supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Next, weekly time frame. Stocks where price closed inside weekly demand zone, and these weekly demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, weekly time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means weekly zone is not pierced. We got 16 stocks. Currently price closed in these 16 weekly demand zones. There are few demand zones are high liquidity demand zones. Okay, out of these 16, how many are having weekly EMA Confluence? The demand zones with weekly EMA Confluence, let's filter. In the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA Confluence. And this should be having either up or down, not sideways. So in the trend, zone violation trend, weekly time frame, I am selecting up or down trend. Let's filter. We got 6. So these 6 weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA Confluence. Okay, next, weekly time frame. Price closed inside weekly supply zone, and these weekly supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, weekly time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Let's filter. Good number of stocks are there. I am scrolling the list down. Further scrolling down. So total 33 stocks are filtered. In all these 33 stocks, weekly supply zones, current prices are closed. Okay, out of these 33, how many of these weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA Confluence? Let's verify. But trend should be either up or down, not sideways. So in the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA Confluence. And also the trend based on zone violation at weekly time frame should be either up or down, but not sideways. So with this filter, we got 15 stocks. Currently, prices are closed in these 15 weekly supply zones, and these weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA Confluence. Some of these weekly EMA zones are, some of these weekly zones are high liquidity zones. Okay, this is about weekly time frame. Next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Let's check any high liquidity zones are available. LIC Housing Finance is a high liquidity daily demand zone. Manapuram is having a highly daily demand zone. Petronet is having a daily high liquidity demand zone, and Ultra Cement is having daily liquidity demand zone. Daily high liquidity demand zone. So total 4 high liquidity daily demand zones are available. Identified from this list. Okay, next, for daily time frame, let us find the stocks near to the daily supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Let's find high liquidity daily supply zones from this list. And it is pierced, not valid. Okay, L&T Mindtree. This is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. So we have one valid high liquidity daily supply zone from this list. So this is about daily time frame, high liquidity zones. Next, for daily time frame, price closed inside daily demand zone, and these daily demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means the daily demand zones should not be pierced. Let's filter. We got 6 stocks. Currently price closed in these 6 daily demand zones. So how many of these daily demand zones are having EMA Confluence, daily EMA Confluence? Let's verify. In the EMA Confluence, the daily time frame, daily demand zone having daily EMA Confluence, and these daily demand zones should be only in up or downtrend but not sideways. That's why in the zone violation trend, zone violation based trend at a daily time frame, I am selecting up or downtrend. Now with this filter we got 1 stock. Okay, next, daily time frame, price closed inside daily supply zone, and these daily supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Let's filter. We got a big list. These are the first 15 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 29 stocks are filtered where price closed inside daily supply zone. So from this list, let us identify how many of these daily supply zones are having daily EMA Confluence. So in the EMA Confluence at a daily time frame, daily supply zones are having daily EMA Confluence, and in the zone violation based trend at a daily time frame, it should not be sideways, should not be. It can be either up or down. So I selected up or down because EMA Confluence valid only in trending market, not in sideways. So let me filter. We got 8 stocks. So in these 8 stocks, the current price is closed, and also these 8 supply zones, so currently price is closed in these 8 supply zones. And also all these 8 supply zones are having daily EMA Confluence. So this is about daily time frame, and the next time frame is 125 minutes. Price near 125 minutes demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Okay, next 125 minutes time frame, price closed inside 125 minutes supply zone. 9 stocks are filtered. Okay, next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 14 stocks are filtered. Let's identify any high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones from this list. Okay, Sriram Cement. We have identified only one 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone from this list. Okay, next for 75 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. We got 5 stocks. Let's check any high liquidity 75 minutes supply zones. Metropolis is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. That's it. So we identified only one high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone from this list. Okay, next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near 25 minutes demand zone, 6 stocks are filtered. Next, 25 minutes time frame, stocks near 25 minutes supply zone, 4 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes, stocks near 15 minutes demand zone, 10 stocks are filtered. But further, let us further filter based on ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. With this filter, we got 5 stocks. That means in all these 5 15 minutes demand zones are part of this 75 minutes demand zone. And third one is pierced, you can ignore. Okay, next for 15 minutes time frame, stocks near 15 minutes supply zone, we got 5 stocks. Now let's verify how many of these stocks are having ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone confluence. 15 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone confluence. I enable the filter. With this filter, we did not get any stocks. That means none of those 15 minute supply zones are having ITF confluence. That is 75 minutes supply zone confluence. Okay, next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. How many demand zones are having ITF confluence? Let's verify. The 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. I enable the filter. With this filter, we got 3 stocks. That means all these 5 minutes demand zones are part of the 15 minutes demand zone. So next, five minutes time frame, stocks near 5 minutes supply zone, we got 10 stocks. Out of these 10, how many of these supply zones are having ITF supply zone confluence? Let's verify. In the supply zone confluence, 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 6 stocks. In all these 6 5 minute supply zones are part of 15 minute supply zones. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. Next, let us find NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Let's start with NIFTY. Monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column to find the piercer zones. Look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. Same rules you can apply to the remaining supply demand zone chain reports. Okay, next, weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next 25-minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next 15-minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next 5-minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. I'm scrolling the list down. Okay, this is about NIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next, let us generate BANKNIFTY. That is nothing but NIFTY Bank. Starting with the monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 125-minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 75-minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 25-minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, 15-minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And next, 5-minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So we have completed BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. The next set of reports are bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly and daily income trades. Let's start with monthly income trade bullish trade setup. Entry time frame is daily, entry zone demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at daily time frame, daily entry time frame, I am selecting bullish. These daily demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means the daily zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd and enhanced score 12. All the three filters are applied to daily demand zone. So we got 12 stocks. Currently these 12 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. The entry zones are daily demand zones. Out of these 12 daily demand zones, there could be some high probability setup zones might be available. We need to find them. So based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence, let's verify. ITF means daily, LTF is daily and ITF is weekly. Daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. That means daily demand zone should be part of the weekly demand zone. With this filter, we got 5 stocks. So all these daily demand zones are part of the weekly demand zone. Part means they are overlapped with weekly demand zone. Because they are part of weekly and also weekly trend is up, weekly trend means ITF trend is up. And if any of these 5 stocks are having weekly EMA confluence, they could be even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify. EMA confluence at a daily time frame, entry time frame. Oh, sorry for my mistake, because the daily zone is part of the weekly zone. So that's why in weekly time frame, weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence, filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 3 stocks. So these 3 stocks are even more high probability setup supported bullish trade setup for monthly income trades. All these are all daily demand zones. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. I need to remove this EMA filter. Without this EMA filter, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, 3 filters are required. First filter is already enabled. Second filter, daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. Next, weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got only one stock. And if this stock is having monthly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup supported stock. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence, filter is enabled. So that is not having any EMA confluence monthly. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame daily. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at daily, I am selecting bearish. These daily supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement, violated opposing zone, minimum order enhancer score 12. All 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. We got only one stock. Let's check whether this stock is having any ITF supply zone confluence. So in the EMA ITF means zone confluence. In the supply zone confluence, the daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this, yes, it is having weekly EMA confluence. This is having a ITF supply zone confluence. That means the daily supply zone is part of weekly supply zone. Weekly trend is down. If it is having weekly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we did not get any stocks. Next, let's check whether it is having even HTF confluence, LTF, ITF, HTF. Removed EMA, we got LTF, ITF only one stock. Let's check HTF it is having. In the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we should set. First one is already enabled. Second one, daily supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. Weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we did not get that stock. It is just having ITF supply zone confluence. Okay, next, the bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bullish. And these 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement should be violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhancer score 12. All the 3 filters should apply to 75 minutes demand zone. We got 8 stocks. These 8 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes demand zones. Out of these 8 75 minutes demand zones, some high probability setup supported stocks might be available. Let's filter based on the zone confluence. First filter is LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. LTF is 75 and ITF is daily. So 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence filter enabled. With this filter, we got 6 stocks. So that means 75 minutes demand zone is part of the daily demand zone and daily trend is up. If these daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability. The EMA confluence, daily time frame, daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence. So with this filter, we got 3 stocks. So these 3 are even more high probability setup supported zones based on LTF and ITF confluence. Okay, next filter is about LTF, ITF and even HTF supply zone confluence. Sorry, demand zone confluence. So let's verify. First we need to remove this EMA filter. I removed it. So in the demand zone confluence, first filter is already enabled, that is daily with weekly, 75 minutes demand zone with daily zone confluence. Next 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence and daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence with all the three filters. 4 stocks are filtered. In all these 4 stocks, 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone, both together again part of the weekly zone, and weekly trend is up except the third stock. If they are having any weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence weekly time frame, weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence filter is enabled. So 4 stocks are filtered. All these 4 are high probability setup 75 minutes demand zones. But out of these 4, third one you can ignore because EMA confluence does not give any advantage for sideways trend. So first, second and fourth are even more high probability setup zones. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, supply zone, bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes. I am selecting bearish. This 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhanced score is 12. All 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes supply zone. With this filter we got 7 stocks, and all these 7 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is, entry time frames are 75 minute supply zones. Out of these 75 minute supply zones, there could be some high probability zones might be available. Let's filter based on zone confluence, supply zone confluence. So let's go back. First filter is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. With this filter we got 5 stocks. In these 5, the ITF trend is down, and if these stocks are having any ITF EMA confluence, that is daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's find them. In the EMA confluence at a daily time frame, daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence. We got all 4 stocks. So they are high probability setup supported stocks. Next, let us filter based on LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. I am removing this EMA filter. Earlier how many we got? 5 stocks we got. Let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. 3 filters we have to add. 1 filter is already enabled. Next, 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters we got 3 stocks. In all the 3 stocks, the 75 minutes entry supply zone is part of the daily supply zone, both together again part of the weekly supply zone. And weekly trend is down in all the 3 stocks. If any of these 3 stocks are having a weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence, that could be even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence filter. We did not get any stocks. Okay. Next, let us look for a bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. And these 15 minutes demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the three filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. And we got 12 stocks. Currently, these 12 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. And entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. These are all 15 minutes demand zones. So out of these 12, there could be some high probability supported demand zones might be available. We need to filter them based on ITF confluence. First filter, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 11 stocks. That means in all these 11 stocks, the 15 minutes demand zones are part of the daily demand zone. And the daily trend is, 75 minutes demand zones. All these 15 minutes demand zones are part of the 75 minutes demand zone. And 75 minutes trend, that is ITF trend, is uptrend. If any of these 15 minutes demand, any of these daily 75 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes demand zone having daily EMA confluence filter enabled, we got one stock. So this is even more high probability setup supported stock, the demand zone. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. I am removing EMA filter. So in the demand zone confluence, out of 3, first filter is already enabled. That is 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. This is enabled. Next filter, 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. And 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 4 stocks. Out of these 4, that is a HTF, because all these stocks are part of HTF zone. That means 15 minutes demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. Both together again part of the daily demand zone. And the daily trend is up only for Petronet. If Petronet is having a daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup supported stock. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, daily time frame, daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. We got 3 stocks. Out of these 3, first 2 are not useful because sideways trend, and Petronet is filter, it is having uptrend. It is even more high probability setup supported stock. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, I am selecting bearish. These 15 minute supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, zone achievement, violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All 3 filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone. Let's verify. We got 4 stocks. Currently these 4 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame and zones are 15 minute supply zones. Out of those, these 4 15 minute supply zones, there could be even more high probability setup stocks might be available based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. So let's set the filter. 15-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 3 stocks out of 4. That means in all these 3 stocks, these 15-minute supply zones are part of the 75-minute supply zone, and 75 minutes trend is down, that is ITF trend. If any of these supply zones are having the 75-minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, 75 minutes time frame, 75 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 1 stock. And this supply zone is even more high probability setup supported stock. Based on LTF, ITF, supply zone confluence and EMA confluence. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. I am removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled, that is 15 minutes with 75 minute supply zone confluence. Next filter is 15 minutes with 15 minute supply zone with the daily supply zone confluence filter is enabled, and also 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence is enabled. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we got 2 stocks. Okay, out of these 2, first one is having downtrend HTF trend. If that is having a EMA confluence, it could be even more high probability setup supported stock. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, daily time frame, daily supply zone having daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. We got Alchem, but it is sideways trend. Sideways, we don't get any extra advantage with EMA. Okay, this is about a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. And in the final report, let us generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. So I am scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. Okay, I am scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.